Set number 4 will be played on Whirlwind. Spawning in the bottom left-hand position as the green Protoss from STX Seoul with a 5-game winning streak. His name is Trap.
His opponent not doing so hot in PvP. He needs to break his losing streak in this particular matchup. His name is Rain, spawning as Red Protoss on the top right-hand position, playing for SK Telecom T1.
Rain, the ace player. Innovation managed to grab the victory in the last set for STX Seoul. So a good way for Rain to turn it around. Looking to grab the victory here as well for his team. Now, if Rain wins, then that gives SK Telecom 2 chances to end it before the ace match. And you know what? I think that's the best chance for SK Telecom to beat STX Seoul. They don't want to bring it to the ace match because they have to worry about innovation when it comes to the ace spot.
Completely true. Yesterday, they dragged out to the ace match. They sent out Fantasy, except Innovation made it look so easy on Newkirk. They don't want to repeat that and give STX Seoul a chance to finish the series 2-0 today. They have a 2-1 lead. Yes, Innovation did not get taken out, but they have Trap, Mini, and Classic, 3 Protoss players who can be taken out by players like Rain, Best, and Fantasy. They need to make sure they end the series before going into the ace match.
Indeed. And you know what? Actually, the most interesting player out of the 3 here, in my opinion, at this point, is Best. You know, he was kind of mediocre, not doing amazing earlier on in Pro League, but he's kind of been creeping up and showing some pretty impressive games and strategies recently. Even if he hasn't always grabbed the win, you know, it's not like he's been playing bad at all. I think he's slowly starting to improve. And whoa! Hold on a second here. This is mind games to the highest degree. This is the build that Bisu did yesterday on this map.
Well, Trap's saying, you know what? I won against my opponent with the 3 gateway pressure, but my opponent did the 15 Nexus. Well, I'm going to use the same exact build against my opponent today, who loves to play solid and defensive early on in the game.
Now, the problem for Rain is if he doesn't scout this early on, there's going to be no way to punish it, and, you know, it just... Trap's going to be ahead. Like, yeah. That's it. And he won't be able to do anything about that.
It's fantastic because he's playing to his opponent's style. If it was someone against Parting, Trap would not go for this build because, you know, like we always say, Parting loves to stay aggressive. But look at, you know, if you talk about Rain, he's someone who likes to play a little bit more passive, try to play a little bit more defensive, and drag it into the late game. So why not take an early advantage against your opponent who likes to stay on, you know, multiple bases at once?
Hold on a second here. I think we're going to have a fast expansion from Rain as well here. He's got a lot of minerals saved up. He's making the Mothership Core. And yeah, he's got 400 minerals. The Nexus going down for Rain as well. It's going to be spotted almost instantly by his STX Seoul opponent here. But Rain should be able to see the early expansion from his opponent as well.
Yeah, well, Trap should be a little bit. Trap is a little bit happy about this because he knows that there's not going to be any aggression from his opponent with this opening from Rain, so he doesn't have to worry about any, you know, early 3 gateway pressure, just like he did against Bisu yesterday.
Yeah. However, though, because Rain is getting a fast expansion of his own, the overall economic advantage that Trap gets here is not going to be as big as it normally would be if you went for a fast expand in PvP. So we should go into actually a decently even mid game between the players. I think the trick here is Rain, as long as he scouts his opponent and knows about that fast expansion as well, I think they can fight on even ground.
Yeah, and he should play to his opponent's style after he scouts that the Nexus went up really fast. After he sees the Nexus, he needs to click on the minerals, he needs to see the number of probes inside the main base. But if Trap can deny the scouting, then it's going to leave Rain in the dark.
Oh, and that's exactly what he's doing here. Look at this, the Stalker should be able to get that probe. Yes! Grabs the probe before it can scout the natural Nexus. And now, look at the probe difference here. It's 31 to 24, and Rain may be a little bit reluctant to build probes here and there because he doesn't know exactly what his opponent's up to. He has to account for everything.
Yeah, in fact, we see Robo go up. We see him just trying to get as many probes out. But he cannot Chrono Boost it out completely because, like you said, he doesn't know exactly what his opponent is going for. So he also needs to constantly check around his main base to see if there's any proxy pylons going down to make sure that he does not get cheese.
No. Rain is not in the know right now, but he's still playing, you know, relatively standard here after getting that fast expansion. Cutting probes for a little bit at this point while we see Trap continuing to just mass up workers, and he knows exactly what his opponent's up to, so he can get away with this. And the build order advantage is going to really start showing us soon here. I mean, it's already 52, the 45 supplies, the probe advantage is the big factor here on his end. And I mean, Rain, he has to account for everything here.
I mean, look at the sentry count for Rain right now. He was making up to 3 sentries over there, something that you don't want to do, especially after cutting the probes. You don't want to spend too much gas into this position, especially after realizing that your opponent is going for the 15 Nexus, not Nexus before the gateway, not the the gateway cybernetics core into the Nexus. And this all stems from the fact that Rain did not get a scouting probe inside the main base. And hold on, we have a proxy Nexus on the top left-hand corner.
Wow, I mean, if you guys thought in PvP that Nexus first was ballsy, getting a fast third hidden proxy expansion afterward, Trap is just pulling out all the stops today, and on a large lot map like Whirlwind, I think he's actually going to get away with it here. There's really not much of a chance that Rain's going to scout this.
The map is perfect. The player that he is playing against is perfect with the style, because the Phoenix is not going to go in the location. He's just going to scout the main base and natural. If he sees something is a little bit missing, then yes, he might scout around the other bases, but for now, it's going to get unscouted, and Trap, excuse me, is going to have the economic lead in this game.
So Rain, I mean, he did, I believe, click on the mineral patch there, so he knows kind of like, oh, okay, you actually got your Nexus faster than me, so I have to play a little bit of a catch-up game here. So far, tech path-wise, though, they're remaining felt relatively even here, and with the investment of this fast 4th base, Trap is going to be pretty even as far as the economic game goes for a while here, and this could actually prove to be a bit of a hole in his defenses here if we have some pressure coming from Rain here, which, he did try to do a lot of that yesterday.
Yeah, all Trap can do right now is tech up behind this, because he is taking a third base, which is hidden from his opponent, and he just needs to make sure he's faking it to make it look like he wants to take a third base over here, but making sure that his opponent does not scout where the actual third base is.
All right, all of the tech has been scouted on Trap's end, and Rain sees everything here, except for, of course, for the hidden expansion. Knows about the Immortal account, knows about the Templar tech path that his opponent's going down. We have charge on both ends here, as well as the +1/+1. Rain now going ahead and grabbing his third base as well, so despite all the really crazy hidden shenanigans that Trap is doing, he's not actually too far ahead of his opponent. He is a little bit ahead, but it's not like the game is over by any stretch of the word.
Yeah, so it's not going to snowball to a certain extent, but the problem is if Rain starts thinking that he is slightly ahead of his opponent because of the earlier third Nexus that he sees compared to Trap's own third right next to the main base, then he's going to fall behind a lot in economy, as he doesn't know about the top left-hand corner.
And this is so smart that Trap is doing this by showing the third base there. He's pretty much told his opponent, all right, I know you're getting a third, I'm going to get a third as well. We're just going to,
stay even.
Play a gentleman's game, which is certainly not the case here. Look how many gateways Trap is adding on as well. His economy is going to be out of control at this point here, with 4 bases of income, making a Warp Prism behind this, and he's just going to be able to shower Zealots over his opponent all day in this situation here.
Yeah, and remember, Rain's strongest advantage going into this game is his defense. His defense is always stellar, and that's the reason why he wins most of his games. Goes for the defense and then goes for a counterattack after his opponent does not win the engagement. However, this time around, because Trap took a sneaky third base in the left top corner and he's taking a fourth base right now, if Rain does not be careful, even if he has nice positioning and micro, his opponent might be able to overpower him with the number of gateways.
All right, the double Phoenix scout from Rain sees the unit composition from his opponent here. Still, of course, very even across the board as far as units go. They don't really like getting Colossus anymore because it's kind of a liability in this day and age in PvP. Unless you have a really nice advantage over your opponent, you generally don't get the Colossi because they can be countered by the Tempests.
And look at this, 4 additional gateways going down. We have up to 15 gateways from Trap. The upgrades is similar between the two players, and Rain not scouting this little location. It's going to hurt him now. Yes, he is staying even with the... Yes, he is not too far behind in economy, but it's a mentality that really counts right now.
Yeah, the third base has already pretty much paid for itself now, and there's a cannon there just in case any type of pesky DTs try to sneak over there. Rain still has no idea. He probably won't even see it the entire game here. Supply-wise, it's 150 to 146, so Rain's still not too far behind, but the overall production is going to be very impressive on Trap's end here. Sending in a few Zealots from Rain's side. He's going to try to pick off a few workers here, but they're just going to go after the cannon. They're not really being microed too efficiently here, and that's not going to help out too much. Proxy Pylon now. Oh, holy crap, that's a lot of charge lots in Rain's main base here, utilizing the 15 gateways as well with that War Prism. And now at the same time, Trappy's going to press forward. Rain, though, is he going to be able to hold on to this attack? The overall army sizes actually look pretty even here. And Rain, it looks like Trap's attack not going to really work against him. He's going to go for the attack, though. Time Warp goes down, and Trap does have a superior supply army, 170 to 131. Feedback goes down on the Mothership Core. Some of the Archons from Rain, they are behind his units here. The Immortals need to back up here. The Zealots now pressing forward. Trap, he's overwhelming Rain in this position. It doesn't look like our SK Telecom Protoss player can hold on for much longer. The Immortals in the back, the Archons tanking the damage. The additional expansions, the overall build order, GG has been called. Trap simply outplays Rain, out-mind games him, and takes set number 4.
15 Nexus, sneaky third base into a fourth base. Catered build against Rain. Really perfect, knowing that Rain likes to play a macro game instead of an early aggressive game, and Trap played to his opponent, takes him out in set number 4 as STXO ties it up 2-2.
Now Trap on a 6-game winning streak. I think that at this point, Rain's trying to decipher and said, what the heck just happened there? How did he have so many units? That makes no sense. And as soon as he sees that replay, or his coaches tell him, he's going to probably facepalm and just be like, oh my, I can't believe that happened. So it's just an unfortunate loss on that end there. The score is 2-2 now. STXL managing the bring it back, tying it up. And we're going to go into a commercial break. But when we get back, we have the 5th set, Mini versus Best, a PvP on Naros Station.